Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year 2022 on the go. Welcome to another Live Time with Alec. Today, we're doing a deep dive on episode 22 of Bypassed, the advantage you didn't know you have. Let's watch this. Going to make you uncomfortable, and let's go deep. If you can help it, you should never do business like that. Welcome to #Bypassed. Face-to-face meetings build rapport, even virtually. If you talk to someone on the phone and all you do is give them a rate and move on, there's no relationship there. So look here, I can lock you in on a 3.19er on a 30-year fix, no problem right now. Good for you. Who are you again? But if you buy them a cup of coffee, ask them about their hopes and dreams, really talk to them, really get to know them, then you've made a connection. Anyway, good luck for Mike Jr.'s soccer game, man. I know he's going to do great. And I'll send you that paperwork over tonight to sign.
Definitely. You're the man.
If for some reason you can't meet up with your client in person, then use Zoom or FaceTime or Google Hangouts. Just meet face to face. When they see you, they'll grow more comfortable with you. Want to know more? Well, this is one in a series. So follow whatever platform you're watching this, and I'll make sure you don't get... All right, so let's get uncomfortable for a second. I know you hate video. I know you hate FaceTime. I know you hate this whole world because it's uncomfortable and you gotta look at this little thing in front of you instead of a person. But you're missing the undeniable and unbeatable advantage you have in this digital age. We love humans. Stay with me. Humans, we love screens. There's billion-dollar industry called the movies, and we go and we sit there and we stare at screens all day long. Netflix, and you just stare at screens. We love this stuff, but what happens is we get uncomfortable here. But let's go a little deeper. We make relationships on screens. How many times do you see like famous people and you're like, I know them? Like, no, you don't. You know this persona of them. We build relationships in this medium. So why aren't we using it? Let me give you an example. I talked to loan officers pre-COVID. I don't know if we're even post-COVID yet. I don't know what that means. Pre-COVID, I'd be like, do you like to meet customers face-to-face? The answer is always, oh my God, I love it. Why do you love it? Because I get to hang out, I get to see them. They get to see me. We spend time together. There's no distractions. They get to check out my aura. We build rapport. Like, great, understood. So when you're going to deliver a customer a quote, do you send a video along with it? Or even better, do you say, this is it. I'll have your quote ready. I'd like to go over it with you. Obviously, with COVID, we can't meet face-to-face, but what I'd like to do is send you a link to a Zoom meeting. That way I can share my screen. I can show you the quote and walk you through the numbers together. I'm going to likely have my camera on, but don't worry. You don't have to have your camera on. You can be on your cell phone, whatever it is. I just want you to see what I'm going to see and talk you through it together. And then you turn your camera on, you show up on that Zoom meeting, and you walk them through the numbers. And they see your face the whole time. They hear your inflection. They watch your eye pattern. They get the chance to feel your energy and your aura and your commitment to that customer. You build relationships with video. I know it can feel uncomfortable, but you have to understand this is an opportunity for you to get a little bit better. All right? I have to block a random person who's making a weird comment on YouTube. Goodbye, Frederick. You're gone. But this is a huge advantage. Most people won't play this game. They won't play big. They won't play seriously with video connection. And when you're quoting a customer and when you're doing this work, leveraging video gives you a win all day long. Right? Let's just take Mortgage Coach for an example. You've heard me talk about them before. They're an incredible organization to partner with. And you can literally send your quote with a video. If they're not able to get on Zoom, they're like, hey, just send me your quote. Okay, they don't want to take time to have you walk it through it, which shows me your rapport with them is shrinking. But at the minimum, firing them off that email, sitting down with them, and recording a video that goes with the total cost analysis and sits in their email, and they get to look at your face and hear you explain how you do business. I'm telling you, you can get face-to-face now easier than ever before, leveraging video today. And I know in this bypass section, we're on kind of consultation and quoting section, but there is no better vehicle than building rapport than face-to-face interaction. The second best one, after face-to-face interaction, where you and I are in a room bonding, the second best place to do that is through this medium. Yes, phone calls, emails, texts, not the same. Not the same level of intimacy that happens when you can hear and see somebody at the same time. And so, going back to my example of sending a quote out, I'm going to encourage you to do this again. If a customer wants a quote, fantastic. Here's how I have your quote ready for you, but I'd like to get on the phone with you and discuss the closing costs and the whole package and walk you through. In fact, I'm going to send you a link to a Zoom so I can share my screen and show you all the things that are going to be going on with this cost, from rates, fees, APRs, closing costs, etc. I'm going to have my camera on, but you don't feel like you need to have your camera on. I just want you to show you what's going on. Are you going to be near a computer? Great. Here's the link. Done. And then you show up, and guess what? They won't have their camera on because they're maybe have a little guarded. Maybe they will have their camera on. You can build more rapport relationship with them. But even if they don't, you can absolutely crush that rapport building opportunity by having your camera on, talking into the camera, and playing the game. Now, if you're like me or thousands of people out there, the camera makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Okay? It made me uncomfortable for a long, long time. I'm much more comfortable with it now than I ever have been in my career. That's called practice. So how do you get better at the camera game so you can actually get on it with a quote and quote a customer when their screen's dark? How do you get comfortable with that? You do everything on video. You start hosting team calls on video. You start calling your PAs on video. You calling your underwriters on video. You use video. A lot of people have MS Teams. Use video, use video, use video. That's how you get comfortable at it. That's it. And then when you get to that space with the customer, oh my gosh, it's an advantage you now know that you have. Your ability to get face-to-face with somebody digitally is a gigantic advantage over people who are unwilling to or unable to. Period. Fight me on this. Like, if you're like, no, I disagree. Fine, disagree. But I believe in my heart that the evidence is undeniable. The number one way to build rapport and relationship is face-to-face with the customer. Period. In fact, it's been proven a bagillion times that if you meet face-to-face with your customer, your conversion ratio goes up. But it's COVID and we can't. And what do we do? And maybe they don't want to. And maybe they're not comfortable on video. Then you get to be on video. And the best way is live with somebody showcasing going through the quote together, live, answering questions like humans do. And the second best is to send a pre-recorded message doing the same thing. But live, they can ask questions and you can interact and you can engage and they can see your energy and they can get to know, is this a good person? Do I trust this person? Are they authentic? Are they real? Do they have my best interest at heart? It's really hard to communicate that over email. It's really impossible to communicate that over text with tone. Phone, okay, maybe. But right now, if you're watching this right now, and I'm sitting here, right here, engaged with you, there's a difference than if we were on the phone together. If we were on the phone together, you would not know if I'm right here or not. I might be on the phone, walking around, doing stuff, looking over here, drinking. You don't know what I'm doing. You have no idea. But right now, live, you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm right here, and I'm right here with you. That's the power of this medium. That's the real difference. And if I'm quoting you right now and providing you with a consultation about why my services are the best and why you should possibly work with me, and if we're sitting in this medium and I'm right here with you, do you have any questions? Love a chance to answer them. How different is that than if the camera's off? Yeah, any questions? Yeah, no. It's night and day. It's so self-evident. And yet, because it's different or awkward or uncomfortable, we're not stepping into this medium as aggressively as I want to see us doing it. But it's an advantage that your competitors won't do. And I'll be specific. Sure, some other local lenders might not do it because they're awkward, feeling insecure, etc. Fine. But you know who else won't do it? Somebody on a call center because they can't. It's not how their program works. That's how their life works. If the guys and gals in Michigan who are wonderful loan officers, apparently, they can't do it. They're not going to do it. They're on a phone queue. The technology doesn't allow it. You can. And you can sit down and showcase your screen and share your quote and show your roadmap to closing. Share your background. Make a connection. Showcase your value in a different way. We're in an environment where it is becoming imperative more and more that local mortgage professionals have to solve the problem of showcasing their value. You feel me on that? It's a problem. How do you showcase your value to the customer? What are you really worth? And in fact, if I want to get aggressive and just say, what are you worth as a mortgage professional? I think that some people would struggle with that answer. I got experience, and people care. People like me. I think people would struggle with that answer. What are you worth to work with? We all know there are loan officers in the world today with varying levels of compensation. Just like you can go to Target or Nordstrom's or Walmart and buy similar things for various amounts of money. Just like you can go to financial advisors and some are worth more than others. There's a value system in the world. We know this. You as a mortgage professional know this. So what's yours? Do you take a lock and app somebody in and fling it over the fence and never talk to the customer again? There are loan officers that do that. You know it. You know who they are. They have no accountability on the next thing. They just hand it off to somebody else. Their job is done. In fact, at some companies, they got paid. So they're moving on. Is that what you do? No. But does your customer know that? Do they believe that? Had a fascinating call with an amazing YouTube influencer today that's speaking at the Breakthrough event in Arizona that I'm going to be speaking at that you should go to. It's awesome. And she made this wonderful comment that there's a perception with, I'll use, the number one internet lender in the country, that they make the loans simple, that they don't ask for everything. They just kind of get a W-2 and a pay stub. I go, really? She goes, yeah, I'm a realtor and I do a lot of work in affordable housing. And a lot of people in affordable housing, they want a simple process. They're overwhelmed. They're afraid they're going to get denied. And they have a perception that the number one internet company in the world is just, they make it easy. They just ask for a couple things, no big deal. If I worked with a local person or a bank, oh my God, they'd ask for everything. We know that's not true. We know this is not true. We know this is empirically, factually untrue. And yet, that's the narrative. So how are you showcasing your value? I mean, what do I know? But how are you showcasing your value? If you're not using this medium, you're missing out. If you're not using this medium, you're making a mistake. This medium is power. This medium has human connection potential. This medium is free-ish. What are we doing? If we don't showcase our value, no one's going to do it for you. Get on the video. Hang out with your customers face to face, even digitally. All right? I'll see you on the internet.